Triple Scoops with a cherry on top is about ice cream. Ice cream's very, very popular. Here in Fort Myers, where I live, there's about 800 different ice cream stores. Well, in this game, you're scooping people's scoops as fast as they can, getting them the ice cream flavor of their choice. Here's how it plays. In this game, you're going to be making a deck of ice cream cards based on the scoopers that players will pick as their player. Each player is going to get a cone. You're going to have some customers placed out in the middle of the table, and you will get a hand of cards from the deck. These are different scoops. On your turn, you can play as many scoops as you want to. When you play a scoop, you play it on a cone. The next scoop, I would put on top of that. The next scoop on top of that. And you're trying to match these patterns here, which I haven't even got close to doing. As you place a scoop, you get to do the ability on it. This one, trade the top scoop of a cone with the top scoop of another cone. This one's just a wild scoop. And this one says flip a customer in the line. However, I could also discard a card to flip my cone from the sugar cone to the waffle cone. I can discard 2 custom cards to flip a customer. But let's say, for example, I get 3 orange here, which matches this customer here. They want 3 orange in a sugar cone. By the way, you see what's on the other side. It tells you right here. The other side is always going to be the opposite cone and something different, which it shows in the picture. But I'm going to score this. I'll keep this. These customers move down the line. A new customer comes out. There's always 5. If you have the same customer, that means they just changed their mind. So now they want something different. And again, these customers can flip to the other side. And the first person to serve 5 customers is going to win the game. These scoops being discarded when you do that. There's also cherries, where you can play with a cherry card. And these give tokens whenever someone's served. You'll put cherries on the people next to them. And at the end of the game, cherries will give you a point, or they give you a special ability. Here they're worth 1 point. Here 2 are worth 3. Here 3 are worth 5, etc. And you can also play with assignment cards, which these will give you points based on what you have on the finished customers that you've served at the end, as well as a boss who will show up and do different rules. But that's basically how the game plays. There's some fun stuff in here. If you have 3 scoops and you put another scoop on top, you've over scooped or whatever, and the bottom one comes out and it slides down, and you're flipping things over. This game is good with kids, especially when there's a lot of different special things going on. But I think a lot of people are not going to love it. They're not going to love the take that aspect of it. They're not going to love that you have 2 orange and you're about to get the 3rd, and someone else flips that character and then takes it. There's a lot of that going on. If you play it with a light heart, I think you'll enjoy it. I would definitely play with the cherries. I don't know if I'd play with all the other stuff, the bosses and the things, but it adds a little bit more to the game. So I'd give this one a 6 out of 10 because it's not bad. I found it to be a pleasant affair to play this, to just go through and scooping ice cream and getting cherries. But the special abilities is almost like, hey, we're trying to play Dominion, a deck building game. But this isn't Dominion. This is put out ice cream scoops and try to just match patterns and flipping the cones. So like I said, there's some clever stuff here. There was one rule of the game I don't like. I didn't mention it over you. At the end of your turn, you draw 2 cards, plus 1 for every scoop on your ice cream cone. So the idea, I think, is if you completely fill an ice cream cone, you don't get that many scoops. But if you also don't play a lot of scoops, you get a whole bunch of cards, you put them out. I don't know. I just felt that was a weird rule. Why not just draw 3 cards every turn, and that's it? But there might be more going on in this, but still, a decent game, like I said, for kids and families, a 6 out of 10.